Like and subscribe right now, or you're gonna have terrible luck for the next week. The Amazon is the world's largest rainforest, spanning over 2 million square miles across 9 countries. It's no surprise that the Amazon basin is regarded as the most diverse place on our planet, with over a third of the world's species residing there. Tag along as we explore some of the Amazon's bizarre discoveries. Number 15. Walking palm. A rainforest native that seems to challenge the notion that plants can't move. Amazon tour guides have been known to tell visitors about this tree's incredible ability to shift its position entirely without anyone touching it. As the tale goes, the tree slowly grows new roots, moving from the shade to a well-lit spot. The older roots that seem to hold the tree up die with time. If only that were true. A closer scientific look at the tree proved the story to be just another Amazon legend that's quite fascinating to visitors. Number 14. Decoy-Building Spiders. The Amazonian decoy-building spiders certainly have a good grasp of this idea, but their sizes aren't exactly something they can count on to deter hungry carnivores. So they developed an ingenious way of staying alive, creating bigger spiders. By combining food carcasses, some debris, and their own shed skin, the spiders create a caricature of another bigger spider complete with legs pointing out to all directions. And it doesn't just work to keep away predators, it's also a major player in attracting a meal for these building spiders. Sadly, not much is known about these tiny guys except for their interesting creativity. Number 13. The bullet ant. While some ants tend to be quite the biters, most of them can't compare to the bullet ant's viciousness. The sting is by far the most painful among all insect stings and is sometimes compared to the pain of being shot. But the black and red insects don't usually go out of their way to attack unless provoked, and you don't really need to piss off the whole colony to turn them against you. When a single bullet ant stings, it releases a chemical signal for others to join in, which is probably the last thing you would wish for. The pain itself lasts for a whole 24 hours and has been likened to walking over flaming charcoal with 3-inch nails embedded in your heel. Talk about hell on earth! Number 12. Glass frogs. If you're not getting bitten by some vicious insect in the Amazon, you can be lucky to run into the glass frogs. While they're lime green for a larger part, there are a few of them that are either transparent or translucent, so you can actually see pretty much all of their insides without a problem, or without having to cut one of them open. See why they're called glass frogs? As you can already possibly imagine, the see-through body is not just a fancy fashion statement. It actually helps the frogs stay invisible to birds, their biggest predators. This is so because the frogs spend most of their time on trees and will only come down during the mating season. Number 11. Giant water lilies. Victoria amazonica is the largest water lily in the world. Native to the Amazon River basin, it routinely reaches a diameter of 3 meters, while the stalk can range between 7 and 8 meters long. The flowers are also huge, averaging a diameter of 40 centimeters. Besides the size, the leaves are also thick enough that they can support a fully grown adult human. But utmost care is paramount if you want to lounge on one of them. They're thorny, which is an adaptation against animals that might want to eat the flowers. Number 10. The boiling river. The Amazon River is fed by a special tributary called Shanai Tempishka, meaning boiled by the sun. It's well known for its exceptionally high temperatures, ranging from 45 degrees Celsius to even 100 degrees Celsius. As usual, there is always a tale to explain such a rare phenomenon. According to locals, the hot water is caused by Yucamana, mother of the waters. Scientists on their part have theorized that the source of heat for the water is geothermal, which seems more plausible. Sadly, the stream is threatened by deforestation, especially by the local community. Number 9. Poison dart frogs. Poison dart frogs are known for their various bright colors, which can be quite deceiving. As beautiful as they may appear, the coloration is actually a warning. According to National Geographic, these tiny frogs are some of the most toxic animals on the planet, with a single one of them containing enough poison to kill 10 adult human beings. As per scientists, the frogs may accumulate much of their potent poison from insect prey usually carried from plants. This could be true, since poison dart frogs raised without the insect diet in their native habitat were completely devoid of the poison. And despite the poison being potent, it turns out it can be harnessed for a wide range of medicinal uses, including pain management, heart stimulation, muscle relaxation, and suppressing appetite. Number 8. Jesus Christ lizard. Jesus Christ lizard is more popular, but this little guy is also known as the green basilisk lizard. Its unique factor? The ability to run on water. And they make sure they can put it to good use by always staying near a body of water. So when they're threatened from their tree hangout spots, they simply drop into the water and race across the surface at 5 feet per second. Not so many potential predators can crack that. Also, if they get too tired, they can remain submerged for 30 minutes straight. Now that is what you call survival techniques. Number 7. Goliath bird-eater. If a regular-sized spider scares you, you might want to skip this one. The Goliath bird-eater is the largest spider in the world with an average mass of 175 grams and a body length of up to 13 centimeters. And as you can guess from its name, it does feed on birds, but only on rare occasions. For a larger part, it's an opportunistic feeder attacking a variety of smaller animals in its habitat, which is all thanks to its size. When threatened, these big guys rub their abdomens with their hind legs, releasing tiny hairs that are extremely irritating to the skin. Oh, they also bite, but only as a last resort. And while the bites can be startling, they're nothing more than just a skin puncture and some pain. Number 6. A pink dolphin. We all know dolphins as playful, silvery sea creatures, but for the Amazonian dolphin, there is an added twist. Instead of the usual color we're used to, it has pink skin. And this is something that has elevated the animal to legendary levels. According to local lore, the pink dolphins can transform into handsome men to score some nice girls in the evening. But as the morning draws close, the men transform back into dolphins to wait for dusk again. Whether this is true or not is beside the point. The pink dolphins aren't usually born that way. A typical one will have 3 colors throughout its lifetime. It'll be dark gray at birth, which will gradually change into light gray as it heads into adolescence, and finally pink when it's fully grown. Scientists have suggested that the color transitions are due to repeated abrasion on the dolphin's skin surface. Number 5. Pestalotopsis microspora, plastic-eating fungus. Discovered by Yale University students and professors, Pestalotopsis microspora promises a great future tackling the ever-mounting plastic waste problem. Some of the preliminary tests showed that the fungi can solely survive on plastic as well as respiring anaerobically. Is this fungus the answer to finally cutting down on some non-biodegradable waste? We hope so, but at this point, all we can do is wait as researchers do their best to try and save what's left of our beloved planet. Number 4. SILKHENGE spider. Spiders are known for their crafty ways in sewing webs. But in 2013, a Georgia Tech student discovered a whole different structure which has been nicknamed SILKHENGE. Typically, it's made up of a central spire-like protrusion surrounded by a fence, all made of silk. The central spike is where the spider lays its eggs. While spiderlings were found in a few more similar structures in later expeditions, the specific spider species responsible for the SILKHENGE has never been identified. Usually, the hatched spiders are too young to be identified, and none of them survived to develop distinguishable features. Is it an already known spider species, or is it completely new? For now, we'll just call it the SILKHENGE spider. Number 3. Potu. These birds easily win the title of the best camouflage ever. Being nocturnal, they spend much of their daytime perched on tree stumps with their eyes half closed, completely blending in with their surroundings. So seeing them is not always a given. And when they catch a glimpse of something out of the norm, they freeze themselves to look even more like a stump. This transition is so subtle that you wouldn't notice even if you were looking at the bird. It's also on the same tree stumps that the birds lay their eggs. Interestingly, the bird chooses a stump with a hole just large enough for the egg to fit in exactly. During feeding time, potus keep their perching position, only leaving it to catch a passing insect and then returning thereafter. Interestingly, they never try to feed on the ground.
Now it's time for today's best pick.
This photo was sent to us by a subscriber, so if you come across a photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it over to us. We might even feature it in a future video. Number 2. green anaconda. The green anaconda is one of those snakes that gets all the attention, and we all know why. The monstrous reptile is the largest known snake in terms of weight and is considered one of the strongest beasts on the planet. A typical one can weigh in at a little over 200 kilograms, although there is a bit of variation between male and female snakes. Green anacondas prefer marshes, swamps, and slow-moving streams as water gives them an edge when it comes to hunting. Half submerged, they can move swiftly, which is impossible on land, probably due to their huge weight. Since they don't have venom, they depend on their powerful muscles to choke the air out of prey before swallowing them whole. Their crushing force has been likened to an elephant standing on your chest.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works.
Number 1. Incredible thickness. This last one doesn't sound like much of a thing, but it really is. Aside from the dozens of species that the Amazon is known for, it also has what is probably the thickest forest cover in the world. In the world's largest rainforest, the tree cover is so dense that most of the plants at the bottom rarely get any light. Some sources even claim that much of the forest floor is in perpetual darkness, which illustrates just how thick the canopy is. And it's not only the light that's affected. The rain droplets also take some time before reaching the forest undergrowth. According to some estimates, a single droplet of water takes as much as 10 minutes to hit the Amazon rainforest floor.